Hi, welcome to AFTV. It's now time for player ratings. I've got Robbie with me. Tough one to take.
Tough one to take, man, because, you know, there's some United fans around here. They know they got dominated today, didn't they? No, respect, bro. But they know they got dominated today. But listen, at the end of the day, football is not just about attacking, playing brilliantly. It's also about defending. And we see football. I was watching my son play this morning, right, in a game before I came here, and they were dominating the game, right, for about 15 minutes, and then they conceded 2, just like that, bang, bang. So at any level of football, you've got to defend. Defending is just as important as attack. And I just felt we were poor in our defending on those goals that we conceded with a really high line. But listen, I'm proud of the performance. Yeah. The overall performance was good, and hence that's why there's a lot of Arsenal fans here, and they're not completely devastated. Because the performance was good.
All right, let's talk about the goalkeeper in the back line then, because you spoke about the defending. Let's start with Aaron Ramsdale. Robbie, for you, what do you rate him today? Because he didn't do much.
He did all right. There was one little mistake he made near the end. that could have been costly, but he did then make a good save. But I thought he did all right. I have to say, his distribution today was unreal.
Yeah, facts.
When you look at, I was on Sky the other day, and we were doing a combined 11. And they were talking about De Gea. And I said, listen, De Gea is a great shot stopper, but he can't distribute the ball. Look at Ramsdale. Look how he did. You saw that today. His distribution was brilliant. But listen, he's conceded 3 goals, even though he couldn't do nothing about them. So I have to give him a 6.
6. Was it Ben White?
Ben White didn't have a great, not as good as we've seen him recently. Funny enough, again, for much of the game going forward, I thought he did all right, man. He was neat on the ball. He was good. But defensively, I can't really big up a lot of the back 4 because we've conceded 3 goals. Yeah. So 5.
5. Wow. I just want to highlight that he did win every aerial duel against Cristiano Ronaldo, which I had to highlight. I think he done really well in the air. But let's go into the centre backs now. Let's start with William Saliba for you, Robbie.
Yeah, Saliba, he was a bit uncertain today. I think in moments he was really good. The one thing about him, we know he's really good on the ball, but I don't know, again, it's hard for me to even, because I've not seen back their goals, but we just seem to have a really, really high line, and we just got caught out. So, again, we've conceded 3. I can't give him more than 5.
Okay, Gabrielle Magules, Robbie, his partner?
Same, I thought he was pretty poor today, Gabrielle. He's a bit shaky, man, made a few errors, but again, I don't know if it was the formation. I don't know if we should maybe have dropped back a little bit, not sit deep. I understand it. We're really on top. So I understand why they want to step up so high up the pitch. But ultimately, we got caught out. We've conceded 3 goals. So nobody in that defensive line is going to get a high score. It's at 5.
Okay, let's go to left back. Zinchenko, he returned back to the side, and it seemed like a good performance there.
He was one of the better players. He was really good on the ball. But again, I don't know. I think on one of them goals, it's where he's, it's hard to know whether to blame him, the individual, or the system, because he's come in and then it's left exposed out on that side for Rashford to run into. So 5 as well.
Okay, into the midfield, Lokonga for you, Sambi Lokonga.
Lokonga, he did okay. Again, I thought he wasn't dead.
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, please, because I heard Liv say that he wasn't. He kept the ball.
The thing is, right? It's very easy.
He's only young as well.
It's very easy.
He's only young. You got to remember. He's only young.
It's very easy when you concede goals to look at the person that's come in to say, "Oh, I don't think really." He was much. He came off. Was it after? We went 2-1 anyway. But I didn't think he was, that bad. I think, he made a few progressive passes and stuff like that. But I'll probably give him a 5 just because, of the goals we conceded. But he wasn't, well, 5 is not below average. 5 is average. What school you go to?
I'm happy you backed
even at my school, even at my school, I knew that.
I'm glad you backed Sambi Lokonga.
My school,
I see Sambi getting a lot of heat for his points, but he played. I think he was fine today.
He's very. Listen, I thought Sambi Lokonga played all right today, but I think it's more the formation rather than, I didn't see him make a big error that then led to a goal. So it's sometimes very easy to say, oh, he was dead because he's the guy that's come in. I didn't think he did much wrong.
Okay, let's go to Granit Xhaka for you today, Robbie.
Again, I thought, probably better, one of the better players out of the midfield. I'll probably give him a 6.
Okay.
I'll probably give Granit Xhaka a 6.
Let's go to our captain, Martin Odegaard. I feel like there's going to be some mixed feelings on his performance as well today.
Odegaard again, I thought he was all right. You know what I mean? He was all right. We were controlling the. You know what I mean? I can't give these guys, especially the forward players, I can't give them a low score because we were dominating the game. We were on the ball. So I'll probably give Odegaard a 6.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We were dominating the game.
Do you think he needs to shoot sooner?
I would like to see him shoot sooner. But you know what? The thing is, right? And it's me and this guy that was sat next to me, we were saying, he put through about 3 balls that we should have finished. That we would be looking on now and saying 3 assists. So also, you know what I mean? When they're playing through some of those things, got to get on the end of that. You know what I mean? So I'll give him a 6.
Okay, let's go to Bukayo Saka, Robbie.
I thought he was superb today, man. You know, they couldn't deal with him. They could not deal with him. The back four could not deal. Malacia who's been like, you know, probably United's one of their best players this season. He couldn't handle him. You know what I mean? And the only tactic was to try and foul him. And he got his goal. And I thought he was superb today. And I'll probably say he was the best Arsenal player on that pitch. I'll probably give him an 8.
Okay. Let's go into the striker for today, Gabriel Jesus. Robbie.
I thought he was superb as well. They couldn't handle him. The first straight away, right at the start of the game, Lisandro Martinez gets spun out, fouls him. Referee doesn't give a. This is the thing that really annoys me in football, right? I understand with referees, they want to allow the game. Well, you supposedly want to allow the game to flow, but they still pull it back from the middle of the pitch.
Yep.
So-called foul on our first goal, right? But you want to allow the game. You don't want to give out yellow cards early. But that's a yellow card. It's Jesus and Lisandro Martinez. He spins him. He's in. He deliberately fouls him to stop him making progress. That's a yellow card. Right? And then if that's a yellow card, then that guy's living on eggshells for the rest of the game. But he allowed it. He allowed McTominay. The referee was shocking, I thought, today. But to me, I thought Jesus was brilliant today. Just maybe should have finished a couple of those chances he had, but I'll give him a 7.
Okay,
he played well.
Yeah, he did.
Always a threat.
Always, but let's go to Gabrielle Martinelli, Robbie.
Again, I thought it was a bit quiet game for Martinelli. He scored a brilliant goal, and I felt so gutted for him that it got disallowed. But then after that, he was a little bit quiet, I thought, by his high standards. So I'll probably give him. I think I'm a 6 because he scored a great goal which should have stood.
Yeah. Okay, let's run through this. Let's run through the subs briefly. I mean, we saw Tomiyasu come on. Eddie Nketiah, I think again he's coming on doing really well. Fabio Vieira,
I was very impressed with Fabio Vieira when he came on. You know, he got on the ball. He played through a couple of nice little passes. He looked very neat and tidy. I liked him. I know he gave the ball away one time, but he's just coming into the heat of the thing you're trying to. But I thought if you used to watch that back, he played a couple of nice passes through. He had that little volley that just went over. I was quite excited by what I saw just in that glimpse. I hope he plays in the game, the Europa League game against Zurich. I really want to see him from the start. We need to get him games. We need to get him playing. You know what I mean? He's come over as a really top prospect. You know, and we're going to need everyone in this squad, and especially like a player like him. So I like what I saw from him.
Yep.
So I'm going to give him a 6.
6. Eddie Nketiah.
And Eddie as well. Listen, he was lively when he came on, direct. He didn't really have a lot of time. It was 3-1 down and by that time. So what can they do?
Yeah, exactly.
Tomiyasu and Emil Smith-Rowe is the same thing?
Same thing. You know what I mean? They're up against it with 3-1 down. You know, you want to go for it, but then you don't want to, you don't want to leave out with a 4-5 either. And you saw United, all they did was sit on the counter-attack. Personally, you know, United fans will be happy and fair play to them and they've won the game. I don't want to see my team play like that. I don't want to see my team
play what the sort of football.
I don't want to see Arsenal away from home. No problem. At home, I don't want to see Arsenal playing like I've seen United play and Tottenham play, which is just basically counter-attacking football, sit in, and try and get the ball up to Harry Kane or Son, or try and get the ball up to Anthony and Rashford. That's what they did.
But you haven't seen that so far from Arsenal this season.
I'm saying I'm I'm loving how Arsenal are playing this season. I'm loving the fact that we can come to Old Trafford and we dominate the game. I think that later on in the game, they had a corner. I'm like, that's their first corner for the game. We were completely I can't understand what KG said when he said control the game. United fans, I looked over, they were near me. They were nervous. They were sitting there. They were there. I see fans turning around going, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Right? But at the end of the day, what I would say, though, in football, it's not just, you've got to be able to defend. If you can't defend, you've got to be able to defend the counter-attack. Because we're going to come up against a lot of teams that do that. When we play against Zurich on Thursday night, that's what they're going to do. Yeah. They know they're not better than us. Exactly. Counter-attack. Man United know if it comes to playing ball on it, they'll get dominated. The United fan sitting there, he knows. If you'd have come,
he knows. No, he knows. He knows.
Be real. If you'd have come, be real. You come toe to toe today.
Don't lie.
If you came toe to toe today, you know you'd have.
The 3 points, man.
No, it's changes too. It changes too.
That's a. Yeah.
I told him don't lie. He didn't lie. He didn't lie.
You know, you got. There's many teams. You know, like Stoke over the years will say the same thing. It's what you want to see, yeah. It's what sort of football you want to watch. I don't want to watch that, but listen, they won. Yeah. So you got to give them the credit.
Okay, let's go. Let's go to the officiating. Let's go with the referee.
I think the referee was poor. Referee was poor. I think you know he was there looking on that screen for ages. I just think that's for effect. He was never going to overturn that goal. Nah. If we're going to disallow goals like that, we're going to be so many goals are going to be dropping out of the game. It's a wonderful goal by Martinelli. You know what I mean? That foul in the it's just a little coming together. I mean, you're going to pull it all the way. I'm sorry, man. You know what I mean? I think Julian said it earlier, like VAR now refereeing the game. The VAR all weekend has been shocking. Mike Dean's in there now. Right? You know what I mean? It's absolutely shocking. I watched the game yesterday, the West Ham Chelsea game. Terrible decision. You know what I mean? I think, listen, and it's not, it evens itself out, they say, over the season. But I'm just saying that the VAR is nothing. I think VAR's, I've always said it, I think it's a good idea in football. Yeah? It's a good idea to get decisions right. But the people who are behind or there needs to be better communication. Let us know what's happening. Yeah. Because when Tierney stood there looking at a screen for ages, I mean, why was he there for so long? Is he thinking to himself, I don't know about this? He must have been, innit? Right? If it worked for effect. And then, but then, is he going to, you tell me one of those you've seen overturned once they go to the screen. Never.
I've never seen VAR say mistaken identity and check that. That was through me as well. I couldn't believe it, but it's ridiculous.
But and then it's very difficult to tell at Old Trafford because they ain't got no screens. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you, man, to buy some screens here, man. Hey, Glazers.
How much money you've got? Buy some more fucking screens.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Buy some more fucking screens.
Spent £250 million on players, £86 million on Anthony, yeah?
Tell him again, Robbie.
A screen you could get for about 500 grand. You put some screens in the ground.
Fix your block out screen.
Just give me a score for the ref.
The ref, I'm going to give him a 1. Okay. Poor. I just thought he didn't. Probably I'm being a bit bitter here, but I thought the ref was poor today.
No, I think you're right. I think the level of officiating in this country is poor at the moment. Let's go to Mikel Arteta to finish up. I heard you talking about naivety and stuff, Robert, which I disagreed with. But what are you saying about Mikel Arteta today?
Just that we kind of I love I love the football we're playing. Big up to Mikel Arteta. Yep. I love the football. I love the fact that we're coming to Old Trafford and we're on the front foot. And you know what I mean? I love that. But sometimes we just got back in the game 1-1. Maybe we have to sit in a little bit. We're away from home. Away from home, sometimes you've got to be a little bit more sensible. I think we kind of went a bit gun-ho and got caught out. So it's a very high line. Very high line. You're right there. I'm a 5 today.
5?
Yeah, because some things he got very right, but then other things bit wrong. The substitutions, I get it.
Would you be moaning if he didn't make the substitutions? Because
No. The substitutions.
It changed the game when he did that.
The substitutions, I get it, but it didn't work, did it? He lost 3-1. So
but is that naivety, though? I mean, he's gone for something that's worked before.
He's gone for it, and it ain't worked, right? So if it ain't worked, he got it wrong. So it is. If he flung on the subs with a 1, I'll probably give him a 10, but it didn't work. And then, you know, I get it, you got to gamble and that, but it didn't work. We conceded another goal straight away. It was a bit of a disaster.
Okay.
They wanted to make the substitution at that time, wasn't it? We'd be real.
All right, let's end with the fans for you today, Robbie.
Oh, the fans were magnificent, and you know they were singing all throughout the game. They were loud, you know what I mean. And even when the game finished, and you know, obviously
before the game,
we're bitterly disappointed that we've lost 3-1. All the fans there still, you know, cheering on the players. Still, you know, I thought the fans were magnificent, and you saw the players. They all came over. They stood there. They were gutted, but they could see the fans are still right behind this team. And the reason why, because we are loving the football that they are playing. They've started the season well. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, look, yeah, you had a test there, you failed it. But listen, there's not one test in the season. There'll be many more. If we play football like that, but tighten up a bit, I think this team can go far this season. I really do think this team can get into the top 4. We're playing well. I don't think there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to come to the Emirates and beat us because it's a bit of a fortress at the moment. And I think we will come to some of these grounds this season and get some results.
Even without the signings from the summer that we missed out on, you still think that?
Listen, even without, you know, it would have been great to have got in like a defensive midfielder before the end of the window. Even if we'd have got in a defensive midfielder, it wouldn't have been eligible to play today anyway. So, listen, we're playing well. We're playing well. It's the first defeat of the season after 6 games. We're playing well. We move. We move, bro. Yeah, we move. You know, I mean, you started to chat a lot of sense. We move, man. Weekend, Everton. Let's go and get the win in that game. Let's just keep it going, man. You know, what I mean, the fans are happy with what they're seeing.
No, we are.
We're gutted, but we're happy with what we're seeing.
Okay, cool. Let us know your player ratings in the comments below.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.